Slay the Stars is a 5th edition actual play and is the brainchild of 3 friends with one goal: to share an epic story with people who want to listen. Content warning, we do curse a bit, so if you're a child or that's not your thing, this might not be for you. We play by the rules, but we are not afraid to stretch them a bit for the sake of fun. And bad calls happen, and when they do, let's talk about it. Reach out on social media and start some discourse. We would love to hear from you, but please leave the negativity at the door. We want to form a community that's based in positivity and mutual enjoyment of this hobby that we all love. Now, let's begin our story.
Welcome back. When we last left off, we met our friends Zamira and Char, saw a bit of what a normal day for them entails, and witnessed the moment that changed their lives forever. Char, Zamira, you were summoned to a suspicious rendezvous at Ascension Point, an area in the protected gardens of the Temple of the Divines. When you arrived, you were shocked to see not only each other, but another acquaintance from your childhood, Karina Zenwaren, along with 3 other people who seemingly received notes. Each of your notes hinted at deep secrets that you each carry, and you assumed that the other notes were similar. Char, you tried to close the gate to the gardens and were accosted by a half-orc woman who led a contingent of guards and a cloaked figure who hides their face. The half-orc gave some orders and instructed you to join the rest of the attendees of this meeting back at the angelic statue in the square. What are you doing?
I guess I'm being dragged back to the group.
Okay.
Just the entire way.
So, yeah, 2 of these guards, and you see that they are dressed in City Watch garb. Each are linking one of your arms and dragging you back towards the group, and the half-orc woman just has this sort of smirk, almost a sneer on her face as she watches you be taken away, and she looks towards everybody else. Zamira, you're kind of standing near the square where everybody else is.
Is he leaving my sight?
No, they're bringing him back towards you.
I'm returning to your side.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So does the half-orc woman, does she also have City Watch garb on?
She does not. She is wearing what is clearly leather armor, high quality, has some studs and things in it to kind of adorn it. She looks well put together, definitely some sort of hired bounty hunter, mercenary, something like that. You're not really sure. You don't have a lot of dealings with people like this.
Okay. Does she have any sort of emblem or symbolism on her, even if it's not like City Watch? Like any kind of badge or... Okay.
Nothing that you can see.
Okay. The other 3 individuals that were there, do I recognize them at all or see anything, excuse me, Identifiable.
Okay. You look over towards them, and one of the men, the one who's very nondescript, there is literally nothing on him that would key you into who he is, what he's doing. You're not sure. The woman, she looks well-to-do. She has nice clothing, but still, as I said before, her clothes look like they could be some sort of armor. They're definitely padded in some way. And she does have an ornamental weapon on her side. The other man, he looks like maybe a man who does business, some sort of merchant, somebody like that. He's not armed that you can see.
He's in a suit, tie, and a vest.
He's in a suit, tie, and a vest. 3-piece suit, pocket watch.
Pocket watch. Got it.
Son of a... Anyway.
Okay. Waiting.
Just waiting?
Yeah.
Okay, so, Char, they drag you over and kind of shove you towards the group, and you see the 6 guards at that point. They fan out around all of you, kind of corralling you into a central point. She steps forward with a cloaked person next to her, who you still have not been able to make out anything about their face. And she says, "I am Adhara, and I would like to thank all of you for coming on such short notice. Search them." And the guards move in towards all of you, and they go one by one, and they're patting you all down for weapons, things of that nature. Do either of you have any weapons on you?
Yes, but no. I have I have that wooden katana that doesn't look like a katana. It literally just looks like a wooden stick with wrappings on it.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be flagged as a weapon.
So the guard that comes over to you is it strapped on your back or is it on your side?
No, it's on the hip.
Okay. He does try to take it from you.
Whoa. What are you doing?
You heard the woman, no weapons.
This is the stick.
He goes to pull it out of the scabbard. Does it have a scabbard? Or
No, it doesn't.
no, it's just
like,
looped through your...
It's not like the scabbard. It's like the one metal ring that it gets like bounced on.
Gotcha. So he looks down. He goes to grab it. He looks down and he's like, "What is this?"
It's a training weapon. God.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Shit biscuits. Okay. Ooh. 12 minus 1. So 11.
He looks down at you and he's just like, I'm sorry, man. I have to take it. You heard her.
He just gets like real twitchy. It's just like this.
He just grabs it.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of wait and I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Just like if it's a video game, I'm gonna pull up the map and like ping him, just so I can find him again later.
Okay. Zem, any weapons on you?
Nope.
So they do a complete pat down. You've got nothing on you.
Hey, watch your hands.
You see the other people, they have taken the ornamental blade from that woman, as well as 4 daggers that they've pulled off of her from different areas. She was concealing them on her hips and in her boots.
All right, respect.
And that nondescript man, same thing. Only his daggers are very different. They look more like thick needles, very long and thin. And you see that they've created a pile near him of probably 6 or 7 of these things that they've taken off of his person.
What the heck?
Eventually,
A stiletto?
Damn.
whenever you are all searched thoroughly, the half-orc woman steps forward. "All right, I'll make this quick. I won't keep any of you here too long. Let's just start with the bottom of my list. You, boy, Charlemagne Vif Broom, yes?
I don't like it when people use my real name. That's fine. Yes.
You were the last to make my list, and the one I least suspect. You do not look like anything special to me.
Thank you." And he'll like curtsy.
Tell me, can you do magic?
I'm sorry.
I ask you a simple question. Can you perform magic?
Wait, list. What list?
My list of people to interview.
I am so confused. I run security here.
Oh, I'm not affiliated with the temple.
Magic. No, I'm a monk. A bad one.
Never made anything interesting happen. Lights, moved things with your mind.
I have a stick. A training weapon.
Roll me a deception check.
Shit biscuits
Char.
again? Ooh, 17 minus 1, 16.
She looks at you. I believe you. Stand over there. And she points off to, like, the right.
Okay, I'll follow hesitantly. Can I have my stick back?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Your items will be returned to you whenever you're allowed to leave.
Okay.
And Adhara then goes to...
I'm going to keep an eye on, like, the... Not Zem, and sure as shit, not Karina. But, like, everybody else. I want to kind of gauge, like, what their reactions are, like, where they're feeling out the situation that they're...
Roll me
in.
insight.
Yay, I'm better at that one. 16 plus 3, so 19.
Okay. As you look around, you see that Karina looks almost defiant, but there's a wild look in her eyes. You can tell she's planning on doing something.
Oh, no.
And you look at the other three, and they just look concerned, scared.
Okay, now I'm going to, like, start staring down Zeb, because, like, our weird telepathic communication just, like eyebrows, just like, Karina's going to try some shit.
Yeah, Zamira, he rolled a 19 on insight. What would he see on your face at this moment?
You're also going to start some...
I'm probably a very decent mix between one eyebrow's raising, like, try me ho, and the other mix is, like, concern. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. So one eyebrow's raising, but my eyes are also getting bigger.
Okay. So Adhara goes to the other three, and they all, after a couple moments of interrogation, are placed in the same group as you, Char. They all claim not to have any magic, and she seems to believe them.
Sorry, 2 or 3?
There are 3 of them,
Okay.
the 2 men and the woman. And they get placed in the group to the right as well. This entire time, the cloaked person who's standing to Adhara's immediate left has done absolutely nothing, is just standing there pinned straight. And finally, Adhara turns to Karina and says, an interesting last name. Elvish. Your father? And you see Karina's face sort of, a little bit of that light that was in her eyes sort of dies out a bit at the mention of her father. And she's like, yes, but I don't see where that is your concern. And Adhara's like, well, same question to you. Do you do magic? And Karina's like, I don't understand what that has anything to do with it. I'm just a bard. And there's a subtle hand motion that Karina makes, and she whispers something under her breath at the end of that sentence. Zem, are you proficient in Arcana?
I am.
Please roll me an Arcana check.
Heck to the yeah.
That is a 13.
Okay. You know that she is currently attempting to cast the spell. You are not familiar with the spell she is casting, but in that moment, you see Adhara's face sort of like go slack for a minute, and then she smiles, but this time, instead of being that sort of sneer that she had earlier, it looks more legit. And Adhara says, "Oh, you're right. I'm not even sure why you're on this list, actually." And Karina says, it's totally fine. I can just head out. As a matter of fact, I could take my friends with me. It seems like this was all a big misunderstanding. And Adhara's kind of looking down, and she's like, yeah, I am so sorry. This was... And at that moment, the cloaked figure puts a hand on Adhara's shoulder, and she sort of like takes a breath, and she looks back up, and her eyes are just fire, and she's angry. And she says, nice try. I guess I don't have any further questions for you then. And she snaps her fingers, and two of the guards come forward towards Karina and grab her arms and start binding them behind her back. And Karina's like, hey, wait, no, I don't. And she's just like, shut up or I will gag you as well. To the left. And Karina is placed off to the left-hand side in a group that's all of her own currently. Finally, after Karina sort of subdued, she looks towards you and she says, oh, last, and the first on my list, actually, Zamira Kaltain, right?
That's me.
Well, I suppose I do not need to ask you about magic, do I? You were the first name on my list, a student at the Stellium Academy, and a promising one at that. What an accomplishment. I'm sure your studies have taught you many things, but I hear that your talents also come from some natural aptitude.
Do they?
I don't know, you tell me.
I think I'm just a really good student.
That's not what I've heard.
Who have you been speaking to?
Well, we can't give all of our secrets away, can we?
I mean, you could. Like off in the distance.
I mean, it depends on who you speak to. I know a lot of people at the school.
Me too. Tell me, are your parents gifted?
In their own ways.
In magic, dear.
I don't have any idea.
Maybe a grandparent, an aunt, somebody like that who could perform magic?
I'm sure that if they went to school like me at the university, that they could conjure something for you.
I mean, most people can manifest small bits of arcane magic, but it seems to me that you were able to do things like that before attending the school.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
All right, please go stand with your friend. And she points over towards Karina.
I'm gonna stare at her for a minute, cock my head to the side a little, and I'm trying to get a feel for her and also freak her out a little bit, but I will comply and move over.
Okay. Are you trying to intimidate her?
No.
Okay.
I'm not trying to piss her off. I'm just trying to size her up.
She does not break eye contact with you the whole time, and her facial expression never changes. And as you turn to walk towards Karina, she says, will I be needing to bind your hands as well?
I'm on my way, am I not?
I understand, but we have a bit of a journey after this. We have to cross a couple streets, get to a different place where we have a meeting with the people who asked me to collect you, and I don't want any excitement.
If you tell me where we're going, I might get you a quicker way there. I have no interest in fighting with you.
Perfect. I have no interest in fighting with you either. I promise that if you comply, I will get you to your destination safely. I don't want to make this difficult. She looks towards your group.
I have a question real quick.
Yes?
I do have darts in my inventory.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll to hide those, or do you want to just take them? Because it's kind of past that moment at this point.
Would you have tried to hide them?
I would have tried, yeah.
Sleight of hand.
17.
Okay.
Wow, I'm actually... Thank you, Cthulhu Dice. I'm going to say this, and then it's going to shit on me later, isn't it? I'm so sorry.
You managed to hide your darts.
Oh, thank God.
You conceal them, and the guard did not find them.
Take that, stiletto guy.
So, Char, Adhara turns toward your group and says, well, I will not be needing any of you anymore. It seems that I have found the two that I was set to find. So, my friends here will escort you out, and you'll be allowed to go quietly. If you speak any word of what transpired here tonight, I will find you and your family, and I'll make sure no trace of you remains.
You could have just said don't talk about. Okay. I'm gonna like keep eye contact with Zem the entire time, just like, what do you want me to do?
Stay hidden but follow.
Cool.
Okay.
If I can manage it, if I can rip a page out of my journal, I'm going to try to like drop what I can drop.
Are you Hansel and Gretel in
Breadcrumbs
this
it.
shit?
Hansel and Gretel.
Love it.
100%.
All right. Char, two of the guards break off from the group, and one goes sort of in front of your group, and the other goes on the other side, and they're like, let's go.
Okay.
And they start leading you back towards the gate and out of the garden.
Okay, I'm gonna stay as close to one of the guards as possible,
Okay.
without like giving him leeway to stab me in the face. No, I'm just kidding. I just don't want to be like in the middle of like the guards. Basically, I want to be as close to one side as possible if something happens.
Okay. Would you want to be in with the front guard or the back guard?
Back guard,
Back guard. Okay.
and I am keeping my eyes out the entire time.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay, don't fuck me up, man. Oh, I'm still okay. 17 plus what was it? Perception.
Yep.
23.
Okay. You are led out of the garden, out of the gate. Nobody else is speaking. You can feel a lot of tension radiating off of the other three people in your group. The guards seem completely at ease, like this is just another day. And as you leave the gate, you make a left and you head down the street a ways. And you are very familiar with this area. This part of the old city is mostly grand old residential homes.
Mhm.
And since it's so late at night, there's nobody on the street. And eventually you hear the guard in front. He starts to whistle.
So, can I have my stick back, please? I kind of need it for training.
And the guard in the back is the one who has your sword, and he sort of says, sure, I'll give it to you. And he pulls it out and he's going to try to hit you with it.
Sweet biscuits.
So let me pull up that.
So just to confirm, there is 3 guards on us right now.
No, there's two guards on you
Okay.
right now, one in the front, one in the back, and there are 4 of you. And so he tries to hit you with a sword. That is an 11 to hit.
15 AC.
Yeah. So he goes to swing on you with this sword, but you're paying attention and you immediately grab the weapon in the air. And now the two of you are sort of wrestling for it. The front guard turns around and he comes back to try to stop whatever is happening or to join in. You're not really sure which, but the 3 other people immediately pounce on him.
Okay, I'm gonna, if instead of grappling further for the sword, can I take one of my darts and throw it to the guy with that had the stilettos?
Sure. Yeah, you can easily do that. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You just, hey, and you grab one of the darts and toss it over to him, and he immediately, like, unleashes a fury on the other guard. The 3 of them seem to be handling the front guard by themselves.
Okay. So I'm going to make sure they get put down, but more importantly, he's whistling for something. I'm scanning the area and see if there's something that I can see coming towards us.
Okay, you still have that 23 perception. You are looking around, and for the moment, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Everything seems to be quiet
How
around you.
close are they? Did we put them down then? Technically, the guards?
Not the one in the back.
Okay, I'm going to go after him then.
Okay.
I'm assuming I still do not have my katana, correct?
You do not. You let go of it to grab the dart and throw it to the other guy.
Okay.
Which I will just say you can do that as like a
That's
free
fine,
action,
yeah,
bonus
I just
action.
wanna
You
make
still have
sure.
an action. Go ahead.
I am going to bonus action, aim for his face.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to hit. So 4 plus 4, so 8.
That does not hit.
Okay. And then action, another punch. 10.
10 does not hit.
Yeah, figures as much.
With that, you start punching and both of them go wide. You're just throwing these haymakers and you're not landing them. And he sort of laughs and he takes your wooden katana and he just whips it off to the side and he reaches onto his side and grabs a hold of a short sword he has there. And he was like, I didn't want to do this in the middle of the street. And he's going to attempt to stab you. That's unfortunate. That's a 7.
Oh my
We're
God.
doing great. So
I was like, is that a
slap
crit?
fight.
yeah. So he goes to stab towards you and you, remembering your monk training, easily deflect it.
So he literally said, I didn't want to do this, and go, neither did I. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh.
17 plus something. I think that
Yeah,
hits.
that hits.
Heck to the yeah. 14 radiant damage.
You unleash this huge guiding bolt and it blasts into this guy's chest, and this gold radiant energy sort of like, if you've seen like people who get hit by lightning, they have that like the
Crackle
Yeah.
effect.
crackling effect on their skin. That's what happens. And he like looks at you and looks down at his chest and he just falls to the ground dead.
Damn it, I was using a double attack. I had
And
advantage on that.
you turn around and there's another dead guard there and the 3 other people are gone.
What?
They took your darts and left.
Every single one. I'm going to run towards the katana.
And you're running over to grab your katana off the ground. When you bend down to pick it up, you hear another city guard yell, "What's going on over here?" And he starts running towards you.
I'm going to run away.
Okay.
If I can, I'm going to circle around and follow the direction that Zem and them went.
Okay.
Follow my paper trail.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Char does not find the paper trail. Session over.
So, in the meantime, Zamira, you and Karina are being escorted out. And when you head out of the gate, this time you are making a right and heading down the street. You would know that you are heading towards the forge area, like the fog forge area, the East Harbor. You're making your way in that direction. Are you doing anything, saying anything?
Are there any, like, how many guards are with us? Or
There are 4 guards with you.
For 2
along
of us?
with- yes, along with
Pussies.
Adhara and the cloaked individual.
You magical bitches.
Are they keeping us separate?
No, they're not intentionally keeping you separate. They're actually sort of, the 4 guards are sort of like stationed 2 behind you, 2 on the sides, and then Adhara and the cloaked person are in front, so that there's sort of a circular area around you so you can't make a break for it.
Okay. Okay. So it would be evident if I was trying to, like, undo her binds.
It would be evident, yes. They are keeping a close eye on you.
Okay. So rather than do that then, I am going to get as close to Adhara and the cloaked individual as I can. And I'm going to be as annoying as possible with all of the questions. I want to know where we're going. I want to know who we're meeting. I want to know how many people are there. They're not going to stop. If I can ask anything, and I'm not being quiet either because I'm trying to be tracked. So I'm doing multiple things, being very loud and being very annoying.
Okay. After, say, 5-10 minutes of this and your constant questions, which I would say probably 80% she just does not even respond to. She's trying to actively ignore you. After 5-10 minutes of that, she turns around and looks at you and she's like, "Let me explain. I am a hunter. I'm a very good hunter. I'm being paid well by my employer to find certain people and bring them to a rendezvous point where I will deposit you safely and leave. I mean you no harm. I do not wish to make this difficult. That is all I know. If you keep asking me questions, I will gag you.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and say fine and move back towards Karina. When I get back there, I'm going to minor illusion a sound as like a loud sound 30 feet in front of us.
Okay. What does it sound like?
Like fighting,
Okay.
like swords clanging and like a tussle.
Okay.
That's a great word, tussle. I haven't heard that one used.
The moment this sound happens, the guards all reach for their weapons and they're looking around confused. They know the sound came that way, but they don't see anything. And Adhara she doesn't immediately move for a weapon. She looks, stops, and she tells you all, just wait here for a moment. And one of the guards breaks off with her at a hand signal, and they kind of walk forward to go see what is happening.
I'm going to move over to Karina with the pretense of seeing if she's okay. And like, I'm going to make, if they're not looking at me, I'm just going for her bindings. If they're looking at me and watching me, then I'm going to examine them for injury and loudly complain that she's being harmed. And this isn't safe. You said safely.
Okay. The guards that are still with you, the 3 guards that are there, and the cloaked figure, the cloaked figure is just focused on Adhara right now. And the other 3 guards are looking around, looking at you, looking around. They're not watching you closely, but they will notice if you make any large movements. If you wanted to try to untie her, I would need for you to roll a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
In the meantime, Char, I would like for you to roll me a survival check to track Zamira.
I do have proficiency with it. So 13.
Okay. What did you roll, Tom?
A 6.
A 6. Okay,
How's it going?
You move over towards Karina and you start fiddling with the bindings, but you didn't notice that the guard who was directly to your left was about to turn around. He looks and he grabs a hold of your shoulder and rips you away from Karina and says, "None of that."
I slap him in the face.
Okay.
And then I say, don't touch me and look at her hands. You said safely.
You slap him. And what's your strength score, by the way?
And an 8.
Okay.
With no damage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't looking to like.
No, I know. You slap him and it doesn't even seem to have any effect. You definitely connected. It probably stung, but I mean, he's a guard. He's probably been, beaten up before. And he looks at you and he's like, just stop.
Just look at her hands.
Her hands are fine.
Look, they're like going purple.
Well,
Are you blind?
no. Listen, I don't make the calls.
Can you at least loosen them a little bit?
Absolutely not.
I imagine just punch Superman, like no movement.
Is Adhara still gone? Like she's still off valid?
At this point, she's starting to walk back towards you.
Because I'm going to threaten to turn his stuff black.
What stuff?
Like his stuff.
Oh, his stuff.
Hold on, I'll go ahead. I'm muting my
Earmuffs, Arthur.
I'm pretty sure you have a favorite body part, and I will shrivel it. You know I have magic.
Yeah, blocking my ears did not help. I still did that.
I'm specifically trying to be intimidating.
Well, roll me an intimidation check.
Not 20.
Yeah, first one. Bam.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. We
Your
really didn't have one episode 1. That's
the
depressing.
first natural 20 of this campaign is to intimidate some guy that you're going to.
No regrets.
You know what? This is very on brand for us.
His eyes go wide, and you see a little bit of like sweat start beading on his forehead, and he's like, "Look, she's coming back. If she sees me fiddle with those bindings, she's gonna kill me."
Let's put it this way. You don't have to do that. I won't make you put your life in danger. But if anything happens to me or her, that's the first thing that goes.
Noted. At this point, Char,
Yes.
you are getting close to them. I need you to roll me a stealth check if you're trying to stay hidden.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Where's my stealth? 15.
All right.
Oh, God. Hello, chair.
So that's for the guards. That's for her. Char, you manage to stay. You're kind of hopping over fences, staying hidden in the bushes, along the fences, along building alleyways and stuff, trying to maintain eye contact while also out of sight. And the guards don't seem to notice you. However, you do see Zem is having a very tense conversation with one of them as you move up.
I walk in on the slap.
He looks, you didn't see the slap.
That's amazing.
But you do see the terrified look on his face, and he's just sort of like nodding to her. And then Adhara rejoins them. He kind of snaps to attention and moves off to the side again. And she says, "Well, it seems that there was nothing actually happening up there. Someone might suspect that that was all a magical ploy."
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
I was speaking to both of you.
I'm just very distracted by the state of her hands.
Her hands are fine.
They're turning purple.
They're not.
Promised to deliver us safely. This doesn't feel very safe.
Absolutely, and if we weren't wasting time on
And whose
silly
fault is
illusions,
I didn't do anything.
deception check.
I did nothing wrong.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
That's a total of 5.
Don't you have portents?
Oh yeah, I do have portents.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna make that a 15 total instead.
So in that moment, Zem, where you tell that lie out loud, you see the look on Adhara's face.
With confidence. No.
And she clearly smells your bullshit. But you have a moment of deja vu. Almost like you've seen this before. And you remember a feeling of relief, like you got one over on her. And all of a sudden you see that look of pure annoyance, like, oh God, turn into like an okay. And she looks confused. She doesn't look as suspicious anymore, but she's looking between you and Karina because she still can't explain what happened. And she looks at the guards and she's like, let's just go. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we will never have to deal with either of these people again. And they immediately start walking back down the street.
When we start walking, I'm going to try to look around and see if I'm alone.
Okay. Roll a perception check. What was your stealth, 15?
15. Not bad, not great.
I'm sorry, a what? What was I looking? Perception?
Perception, yeah.
It's a 7.
Okay. You look around and there does not appear to be anybody on the street, and you do not see any signs
It's just
of
Char
Char.
with like a leaf. Just I am a tree.
Eventually, You make your way out of Old Town and into the harbor area of the city. And you can throughout Saltspire, the smell of the sea sort of permeates the air, but now you can actually like hear the water. You can smell that salty brininess, and you know that you're getting close to the docks. Sorry, go ahead.
Is this the area of town that my father would have his boat?
Yes.
Like, so I would be familiar with this area.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you get to an area where you're at like a 4-way intersection, and you are about to cross the street when you hear a, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And there is actually a guard who sees this group of people and the bound person in the middle being led down this path. And he starts to tentatively walk towards all of you. And Adhara looks back at you specifically, Zamira, and says, "Make any sudden moves, and I'll kill him and then you." And she leaves the group to walk down towards the guard and have a conversation. Char, you would be seeing all of this happening.
Okay, how far away am I at that point?
With a 15, you would need to be pretty far, 30, 40 feet away to maintain.
So 40 feet, give
Yeah.
or take. Okay. I am going to cast some guidance on myself and try to get closer. So I'll
Okay.
probably have to re-roll stealth.
Yes, please re-roll stealth then.
Okay, what's a T? Shit. Oh! Natural 20 plus 4. Full
Yes.
stealth.
He's behind
No,
me.
they don't see you.
It just sneaks up.
I have vengeance.
With his wooden stick.
Ooh, scary.
Super scared.
I said I'm scary, God.
Zem, what are you doing at this point?
So I know that I don't want to go any further because I don't want to get on a ship. I will never be seen again. So I am starting to panic a little bit, but I am looking around for any sight of anybody that I know that I can loudly start to say like, "Hey, how are you?"
Okay. You look around. At this point, it's close to 1 a.m. though, and other than maybe a few drunken sailors walking back from a pub, there's not really anybody around. Nobody that seems useful.
Are the sailors like fishermen? Are they part of like the Royal Fleet or?
They are wearing uniforms that signal to you that they're probably part of some naval fleet.
Okay. So I most likely wouldn't know those people.
Karina looks over at you, Zamira, and she starts muttering under her breath to you. When I do this next thing, you just need to run.
What about you?
I'll run too.
Okay.
And she looks towards the guard that is closest to her, because the guards have been a lot more like worried about her because of the magic she already tried to use. And she looks towards him, and you see her eyes start to like cloud and get darker, and you're not sure if it's a trick of the light. She starts whispering under her breath, and he clutches his head and starts screaming, and he immediately takes off running. And she turns and kicks one of the other guards that's behind her, catching him off guard, and then she bolts. She heads, so you were heading, if you were at like a plus sign, you were heading directly in front of you. She curves down to the left and just takes off running.
I'm going to try to take off in a different direction, but I'm not headed to sea. Like, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I can find my way through a maze, but I want to make the remaining people have to split up and choose which one they're going after. So I'm not following her, but I'm going to run.
Okay. Char, you see this happening. You see Karina take off running. You see Zem for a moment trying to consider where she's going to run. What are you doing?
I'm gonna follow Zem wherever she goes.
Okay.
So if she literally stands at the crossroads and is just like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm literally just gonna be like behind her, like, come on.
Okay.
I will also, I mean, if I know anybody that lives here, like close enough that we can dart into their house, that's what I'll do.
Ooh, I have a better idea actually. So I have Eye of the Night, which gives you 300 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
I'm gonna come up behind you and just slap you on the shoulder, and be like, "We gotta run now!" And you immediately just 300 feet of dark vision just is enabled on you.
Okay.
Okay. That happens. So Zamira, you're taking a moment. You're like, which way am I going? Which way am I going? And the only guard left who hadn't been kicked in the nuts or ran away screaming is the guard that you terrified earlier. And he's just standing there sort of like, he's unsure what to do in the moment.
You know this motion that people do? Like I'm gonna do this like my eyes are on you, but like point at his junk.
Okay.
So just for the record, you are putting 2 fingers in front of your eyes and then pointing at his junk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Char, in that moment when she's like, you run up behind her, slap her shoulder, cast Eyes of Night, and the cloaked figure whirls around toward the two of you, and you take off running. So Adhara was to the right, Karina ran to the left. Are you guys heading straight, or are you turning back and going the way you came from?
Way we came, probably.
Which, yeah.
To answer your question, there aren't a lot of people don't really live here in the docks area. This is more warehouses, fisheries, things like that.
So I do know my way around here. So I'm going to say that I probably know a decent path that's zigzaggy, confusing, whatever. That is what I'm going to take to get out.
Okay.
Or away or somewhere that we can hide. But I just want to, preferably away. I would prefer to keep running.
Okay. So you're following?
Yeah.
You're running. Okay. You guys take off down these streets, trying to lose them. None of the guards are following you. Zamira, I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
No, please.
Don't you have portents?
So, yeah, but I only have one more.
It is 1 in the morning.
All right.
You're about to die.
All right. It's a 19 then. And that is the last of my portents.
Okay. Zamira, you feel the muscles in your body lock up for a moment. And you can't move any further. And you know that somebody's cast a spell on you. And in that moment, you have that same feeling and that deja vu, like this isn't how it's supposed to be. And all of a sudden your body releases and you keep running and you hear somebody curse off in the distance. It's a man's voice. It sounds almost familiar, but you struggle to piece together. Everything's going really crazy and you just take off running. And Adhara tries to chase you, but at this point, you guys are far enough ahead. You know this city. You can get far enough ahead of her that you've put some distance. How are you going to make it so she can't track you or find you? Because she's a hunter. What is your plan?
Zem, do you have some kind of fire? Anything? Magic?
Fire? I don't have fire. I can mold earth.
You don't, just for the record, you don't have like any fire spells at all?
Nope.
Okay, shit.
I can build us a tunnel. 5 feet at a time. We can go back to the sea.
I want to go back to the sea.
And I can create us a bubble.
You think that'll work?
Nope.
Then we'll call that a very strong plan B. Do you have any of your stuff? You look very fine, but you look like you don't have anything on you.
I don't.
Then where is all your shit?
It's back at the school.
I guess that's where we're going then.
She said she knew everyone at the school.
I'm sorry?
She said she knew lots of people at the school. I was trying to get information out of her, and I was cocky, and she let slip that she knows people there, and that makes me very suspicious.
Okay, so where do you want to go?
I
You're
don't
just gonna
know.
refill your magic supplies just on the road, just
No.
running away?
The best place is at the school, but we have to be cautious.
Okay, yeah, that's great. We can do that.
All right, well, let's go to the school.
We'll lose them in the city. We'll try to get to the school. Hopefully they don't look there. We'll just, yeah.
Okay, that's the plan.
Okay. I would like for both of you to roll me stealth checks.
So I'm going to give you guidance, by the way. So D4.
Yes. Please look right now at the nat 20 and the 4.
She rolled higher than me. Probably. 11 plus stealth plus 15.
Okay. 15 and...
I don't know.
You hyperventilated because you're excited. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a nat 20. I win. I win the game.
Game over.
I'm the best at D&D.
Episode 2. I won D&D.
It's a 25.
You rolled 24. That's a 20.
Yeah. That's why guidance was so important.
This is the greatest stealth check you'll ever roll in the whole game.
It is.
How's it going? Where'd you go? Holy shit. I am also giving you Vigilant Blessing. You have advantage if we ever go into initiative on that initiative roll.
Okay.
Before I forget.
Okay.
How long does that last?
Until I do it again.
Forever.
Until the next initiative, the creature makes, the benefit ends immediately after the roll, or you use this feature again.
Excellent.
Perfect. Sure. Zamira has never been a sneaky, stealthy person, and you are shocked.
Adrenaline is one hell of a drug.
Yeah, something about this moment has empowered her, and she deftly guides you through these streets, sneaky pathways, quiet as a whisper, back towards the Stellium Academy. That being said,
teaching you at the school.
That being said, you guys are a long way from the school, and so going about it this long way, in the middle of the night is taking up a lot of time. So by the time you get there, it is close to 2:30 in the morning.
Okay, so literally as we get there is when your eyes of the dark wear off, because it only lasts an hour.
Okay. Perfect timing.
Okay.
How's it going? Runs into wall.
It's okay because I actually have 120 feet on my own.
I knew that
so.
yours was pretty good. I just I knew it wasn't 300.
Okay. You're back at the school. Where are you going?
Okay, lead the way. I'll follow. We'll just grab your shit. We'll leave, and we'll be done. And we'll deal with the next steps when we get there.
Yes. Okay. We're going to my room first. We're going to grab my stuff. And then we're going to go to the main building where the supplies are held, and I will try to grab as much as I can out of the supplies.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if we can stop by Delius's office or rooms.
Who?
He's my professor. He's...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I trust him.
Okay. You... The face you just made.
I trust you. No, I don't. I do, but I don't.
Yes.
You rush to your rooms and you open the door, and your room has been completely destroyed.
Oh no.
Searched, tossed, stuff everywhere.
Can I recover anything?
Yeah, I mean, you can take a couple moments and just shit and start grabbing things and trying to shove them into a backpack.
Okay.
You can throw shit, and I have a bag. I've apparently not been given up because it just has boring monk shit in it.
Yeah.
It's not darts. I mean, I
So-
can help carry stuff.
If I can grab a change of clothes, if I can grab any notebooks that might still be here. My dagger,
Your starting equipment.
my mint tea.
Okay.
Um,
When you go to grab your journals, you notice that any of your personal journals are gone.
so my current dream journal I have with me all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So your dream journal, that's fine. That's with you. Your spell book, they didn't take that. But any like old journals, especially from like old ones from when you were a kid, or when things started to get a little weird, they took all those things.
Dicks. All right. So okay. So I
think
will.
That peak. Do you want to say dicks? No, just kidding.
I will take a second to lament that, but like only the briefest of seconds because I'm gonna just keep grabbing stuff, and then I think after I like I'll grab a quill and I'll grab some ink and I'll grab some paper and you know those sorts of things. I'm probably just gonna like randomly grab whatever because I'm not, you know, fully. I'm still panicking a little bit.
Okay.
And then from here, if we go over to the main building, I would like to look for various supplies, like whatever you'll allow me to grab, really, for spell work and that kind of stuff. And then to Dalius, unless it makes more sense to go to Dalius first because I'm not sure where his rooms are versus my rooms.
Okay. So his like the professor's office building is its own building on the other side of campus, so you could probably hit the main like depository area first and then head to Dalius's.
Okay.
And you leave your rooms, you get to the depository, you can take, you know, some paper, ink, whatever you need. It won't be the nice stuff
Yeah.
that you like. It'll just be sort of like student grade, white, black, that sort of thing. But you're able to take enough, we'll say like 200 gold's worth of paper and ink for spell purposes.
Were there any books that I hadn't gotten into yet readily available in that area, like the depository area?
Do you mean like that would be used for like learning new spells?
Uh-huh.
Roll me an investigation check.
I'm proficient. 12. I can math. It's 12.
Okay. You look around and you don't see anything that is new or interesting or useful that you would grab immediately.
Okay.
You're kind of in too much of a rush. Everything just looks the same to you.
Okay, then I'm not going to waste the time or the space. I'll just start heading towards Dalius then.
Okay. You rush then across campus. At this point, it's like 3 a.m. And you get to Dalius's rooms and the door is shut. Which, that's odd. He almost always leaves the door cracked open a bit. And it's the first thing that keys you in that like something is amiss.
I'm going to press my ear against the door. Do I hear anything?
You press your ear against the door and you hear some shuffling papers and the sound of footsteps.
In the room?
So having spent so much time with him and in that space, does it sound normal? Like his normal pacing? Does it sound like he's in there and in the middle of something? Or, I mean, I would be overly cautious because of everything else.
Yeah. You are being overly cautious. And for the moment, you're like, okay, maybe he's in there. And you go to grab the doorknob and you hear what sounds like 2 sets of footsteps.
These are his rooms or his offices?
So he has like an office and it's attached to like his room.
Okay,
so you're at his office door.
I thought so. Okay. Is there a separate door for his rooms?
There is.
Can I try to go down there? No, before I do that, telepathy.
Yeah.
Like I'm signaling there's 2 people inside. That's not normal.
Oh. Okay. Another way in?
Maybe down there at that door. And I'm just going to point at the other door.
Do you want me to knock? You can dip.
But they know who you are now, too.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know who's there, though.
I don't either, but I mean, that seems unnecessarily risky.
Okay, let's go check the other door.
Maybe I can write a note and slip it under the door. People are fans of that around here.
That's not... Is that a thing?
That's what happened to me.
Okay, I mean, I guess we could try it. Why don't we try the other door? Do we need anything in here?
I don't know. I mean, he has lots of stuff.
Okay, you make the call. This is your place. You know it best.
I'm going to write a note. Meet about how you expected. All caps you underline. Can't stay. Be safe. See you on the next supply run. And I'm hoping that he knows that I'll find him in one of the stores we go to.
Okay, just put it right by the door, and I'll push it under after we dip, okay?
Okay.
So we get to the stairs, I'm assuming, and then just dramaturgy, just push it underneath the door.
Okay. You do that. When you head, you're putting it under his room's door, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get to that door, you don't hear anything from inside that room. And this door is locked. If you were to try the knob a bit, it's locked and it's silent in there. You put the note on the floor. Char pushes it under with thaumaturgy. Where are you heading next?
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
Yeah?
I don't know. I mean, we can't go to anywhere we normally go.
Okay, so we're somewhere... what's the last place somebody would expect us to go?
How do you feel about crypts?
I'm sorry?
There's an old, nobody goes over there. There's an old crypt to the side of the school we can go to. We can stay in there.
Is it safe?
There's nobody over there. It's just a little creepy. But
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll deal with some creepy. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, everything's gonna be great. Okay, we gotta go.
Okay. You head down the stairwell, exiting through the front part of the building, and Char, your dark vision is insane. You can see kind of across the courtyard area, there is a group of guards that are making their way towards the dormitory building.
So not the building we're in.
No, towards the building where Zem's rooms are.
Is the crypt on the side of the dorms?
I think it's beyond it. I think the professor and then the main building and then the dormitory and then the crypts.
Okay, we gotta be real careful. There's some guards going into the dorms now.
Like the city watch guards?
Is it city guard garb? City guard garb?
It looks to be. Char, 12 stealth. Zem, 21. Guards, nat 1 to see you.
Yay.
So there's no contest here. You easily make your way across campus, sticking to the shadows, sneaky-like. Zem, again, with the crazy stealth roll,
I don't know what's happening.
on fire. You make it to the crypt, slide open the door, head down. It's musty in here, but as Zem said, pretty barren. Not a lot down here other than dead people.
You're going to kill me. Every time I drink a drink of water, you're just like, I'm going to say something funny.
And go.
This is where a lot of the headmasters of the school have been laid to rest, as well as anybody important in the school's history. It is very much like it's like a mausoleum. There are the large stone placards that, if you busted into them, there'd be bodies slid into the wall there. There are stone benches in the center of the room where people can sit and contemplate and think and just be with the spirits around them. But it's quiet. There's nobody here.
Okay. Is there a lock to this door?
There is not.
Does the door open in or open out?
It opens out for fire safety reasons.
God damn it.
Evil. Evil.
Damn it. We're going over fire safety code now. Are you kidding me? This is a mythological. This is a fantasy world. And we're going over fire safety
Yes.
in a crypt.
Are there windows?
Apparently, there's a fire safety code to uphold.
There are beautiful stained glass windows. You can't really see.
Are you sure you
In or
can't
out?
see?
I mean, you would have to be like right up to it with your eyes pressed, and even then it'd be difficult to see through.
What I'm asking is if I can mold earth up over it, like to keep the door shut so it can't open.
I mean, yeah, you could easily do that. Make like a doorstop.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do that.
We're locked in. Like, we're in the 5th grade and this is a church social.
Oh, no.
Perfect. You mold earth so that the door is tough to
Ouch.
open. It doesn't look crazy, so it wouldn't arise suspicion to anybody outside. And you're alone. What do you guys?
Arise suspicion?
Arouse.
Arouse?
It's arouse. That's the word. Doesn't arouse. I can't say it. Arouse suspicion.
Excellent. Do we try to get some sleep? Do we need to prepare anything?
I mean, do you want to try for a long rest or do you want a short rest?
We should long rest so that I can get my portents back.
Okay, yes, long rest it is. Because I am out of spells.
I have only used cantrips.
I have a cantrip of guidance.
And you've used the crap out of that to much success today.
Yes, to great success. All right, so I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Because the faster you get your portents back, the safer we'll be.
Yeah.
Zem, you bed down for that. Are you sleeping on a bench, on the floor? What's your plan?
I'm on the floor.
Okay. So, Char, where are you standing watch? You sitting by the door, sitting by the stained glass, trying to look out? What are you?
I'm like sitting by the door. I'm going to listen specifically for like anybody that gets close or like footsteps. Like if anything attempts to get close to the crypt that we're currently in, then I'm going to try to wake them and then we'll figure out a plan at that point.
Okay. You do so. Sit with your back up against the door, just thinking about the day. With the two of you hunkered down in a creepy old crypt, when's that ever gone poorly for anybody? Stay tuned.
Thank you for coming back for the second week of Slay the Stars. This episode was intense. Portents, am I right? Don't forget, we release a new episode every week on Tuesdays, and you can always find us at slaythestars.com and on all our social media platforms. We hope you are enjoying the ride. Dreams led us to the stars, and we hope you'll continue to join us. Per somnia ad astra. Stay tuned.
Intro music by Isaac Fires. Character designs by Cam Gonzalez. Photos by Rachel Bianchi. Special thanks to Kaylin Williamson. Produced by Leah Hemrick. Graphics designer Jen Kearney. And audio engineer Arthur Polino.